Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Uncle Matt's Cookery Lessons with Crème Brûlée. It's just beautiful, you all know it, look at it, wonderful stuff. There's a look at the ingredients and the full recipe will be in the description below. So let's start. It's very simple this really, it's just technical. So egg yolks, separate your eggs, that's how I do it, one shell to the other. That is milk and cream combined, it's almost all cream. And that is like a really good quality vanilla paste with real vanilla in it, so I recommend that. It's better than that sort of cheap essence stuff. Warm that up over a low heat whilst you're adding your sugar and to your eggs, and I'm using a whisk, but do not try to get this all light and fluffy, just get it so it's combined. Don't over whisk this, we're not trying to put air into it and make it all fluffy. Now what you can see me doing there is adding in the now hot cream very gradually, bit by bit by bit. We're tempering this. If you put all that hot liquid in one go, it's going to scramble and you start again. And if you're asking, yes, you can actually do this all from cold. It would just take a lot longer to cook in the oven. So, you know, this is a quicker way of doing it. It still takes ages. I didn't actually need to add in all of the hot cream because by the time I'd put half in, it was completely tempered. So add the rest in. Back over to a very, very, very low heat indeed. And do not stop stirring. I recommend one of these like sort of vulcanized spatula things. They're very good for this because you can feel the bottom of the pan. If it feels like it's catching at all, get it off straight away, you know, scrambling. But get it warmed up and then put it through a sieve. This will take out any sort of scrambled bits and also maybe a bit of eggshell that you might have accidentally put in there. So just, you know, don't waste any, but just get all that off there. And this is another one of those old YouTube videos that I did, and I thought, let's re-edit it for Rumble only, and I hope that you really like it. And so that's the mixture done. It's a custard. It's a baked custard, that's what creme brulee is. So this makes enough for three very generous ones. So if you want to make, you know, more, just double up the recipe, etc. Now, hot water, this is called a bain-marie, which is Mary's bath. Oven on. I like to do mine at a very low temperature. You could put that a bit higher, but be careful when you do it too much higher. They tend to souffle up a bit, and I like them to stay all nice and flat and shiny like the mill pond. So very carefully put that in your oven. The water's halfway up the edges. That's after half an hour at that temperature. See, they're definitely not ready yet. So you just keep your eye on them. But when they look like that, they're jiggly. Look at that. You've got a little bit of wobble, but not too much. Like me, really. They're done. Get them cold. Do not try to do this bit until they're cold. So this is usually like the next day. I like to use a granulated sugar. I find it sort of it caramelizes a bit more evenly for me, but any sugar really will do for this. Put on sugar. Doesn't really how much you put on, because you're going to tap it, make sure it covers all of it, and then tip out the excess. So you don't have to measure that. And then what I like to do is just use my thumb and just tidy up the rim like that, so there's not any bits there. And then I think you do need a blowtorch for this. I've seen some people do these under their grill or broiler, but a blowtorch with the heat turned down, not too fierce. And you've got to be brave. I like to do is hold it in my hand, because you can see I can sort of rotate it, and I can, because if you hold the flame on one point for too long, it does burn quite quickly. So you sort of, you sort of try it out, you know, it's technique, it's touch and feel, but just keep going like that, and I keep it at an angle so that when it does actually start, you'll see in a second, it actually starts to melt, it becomes liquefied, and that caramel then rolls around. So that's the point where you keep it tilting, don't keep it in one spot for too long, aim at the edge, aim at the middle, and there's a point where you go, I think that's enough. I'm happy we've got the caramel done there, and we're just about at that point there now, and I'm thinking to myself, I think you should stop now. Yeah, stop. Let that cool down, and look at that. A perfect creme brulee. It is absolutely sensational, and thank you very much for watching Uncle Matt's Cookery Lessons. I'll see you again pretty soon. Bye.